Well, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. But welcome to Texas Veterans Strong. So this is our networking meeting. Veterans, veteran service providers, arts organizations, trying to get all of these groups together just to, work together, collaborate, make sure we're serving creative veterans however we can. So, we always have different amount of people on these each month. Looks like we have 5 today, so that's all right. But why don't we go around and introduce ourselves, and then I think Rosemary was going to give us a little update on what she's got going on because it's something new and exciting in our area, and well, some of our area. Not everybody's from around here. So yeah, why don't we start with Dalen, if you're able to unmute and say anything if you want. No, just a watcher, a viewer, listener. That's all right. Okay, let's go to Betsy.
Hello, good morning. My name is Betsy, and I'm a social worker at the VA in Dallas. I cover several counties in North Texas, and I found this meeting to listen and learn, and also for networking opportunities. I work in suicide prevention, not on the clinical side, but trying to connect with community organizations, colleges, businesses to see where we might intersect for some support around the factors that play into suicidality.
Okay. And I'm April Sullivan, Art Spark Texas, not a veteran, but working here. We work with veterans in the arts, and we'll give updates at the end about what we're up to. So Denise.
Good morning. I'm sorry that I am not visible this morning, but it was a rough night. I had never heard the word suicidality before. Betsy, you're gonna have to tell us what that is. But April, I'm just teasing you. I did not know for sure whether it was Betsy or Bitsy. So I'm glad that we asked her to make sure.
Yes.
I
well,
work
once
for
you said that, I was like, maybe it is Betsy.
Yeah, I wasn't positive. But anyway, now we are. I work for Art Spark Texas in their veterans programming. So I am a veteran, Air Force veteran of over 23 years.
All right, okay. Dalen put in chat, good morning, having audio issues, but I'm an Army veteran in McAllen, great. And currently an outreach specialist. I'm also starting to do some painting, which is how I found this info. Thank you for having me. Wonderful. Awesome. Okay, Rosemary, why don't you introduce yourself and just go ahead and tell us what all you've got going on there.
Hi, so Rosemary, feel free to call me Rosie. I was hoping one of my next ladies with me was going to log in today, because I was hoping she was going to be the one to kind of talk to you guys about this all more, because she knows a lot more of it. She's actually on the board. I'm just a volunteer helping out, but there is a new organization facility building that opened up in Dripping Springs area, so about half hour outside of Austin, and it is phenomenal. This month, like 2 weeks ago, we just opened the doors up. It's a beautiful facility. They really want to have something over in that area for any military families, spouses, complete, like most community places, complete support, especially during transition times for a lot of vets out there. At least I know with my husband, he retired out 2 years ago, and that it's a process. It's a lot. We're still dealing with it. And so, to help with all that, I'm actually an artist myself. That's kind of why I kind of volunteered with them, of just to help out in any way in that aspect. And they're really on board with wanting to showcase out there all the veterans and the artists. And so that's one of the things we're looking to do, is to have kind of like a revolving showcase area that we have a new vet that we're putting out there and put into the world so they can see and hopefully even sell, some of the items. But we're going to have classes, family stuff and individual. We definitely want to get into the therapeutic art side of it also. So we're kind of looking into people who are willing or who would like to get involved with that. So that's kind of why I started Googling and looking up. I'm also new in Austin. I've only been here for 1 year. And so I'm just feeling settled and kind of diving into the art world here and all the people. So I'm starting to network and just kind of Googling things. And I saw ArtSpark and I looked into it and I was like, this is phenomenal. I was so impressed. And I'm definitely one of those people. I would rather not start something from scratch if I can learn from others and piggyback off of them. I'm all about that. So I just wanted to meet you all and kind of see what you guys are doing and see how we can collaborate together and do some amazing things.
Awesome. So it's called Patriots Hall.
Patriots Hall. It's off of the 290 in Dripping
Okay.
Springs. And eventually, hopefully we'll give you some information too that you could put into the newsletter also.
Yeah, we'll definitely would love to put something in the newsletter about it so we can, direct artists your way who might be interested in showing their work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Would love that. Thank you.
What other, if you may not, what other services are they going to have there?
I think they're kind of trying to get the whole gamut of whatever they could do. There's so many organizations that I know we personally can't be, teaching and doing things out there, but there's so many supportive organizations, honoring our heroes, IPEC, there's so many out there. We want to be able to have them transition into and have like spotlight days for them. So if people want to meet up and like learn about this through them and everything that they can support and do, people could come in and do that. We are looking to have, at least not with the military side, if you're dealing with VA, if you're, transitioning, like any questions with military, to be able to have people that you can connect with. Like my husband, one of the things he's actually into or has gotten involved in is specifically coaching veterans who are transitioning out, because he had such a difficult time with it. And he wants to be able to help people that are going through that same process. And there's so much out there to be able to filter and kind of give people exactly what they need or what they're looking for. So to have situations like that, there, classes and all different kinds of things for the families. They have a huge kitchen too, a commercial kitchen that can be used for events or for teaching. They want to really create community and bonding. There's a beautiful outdoor area that's, has nature and that they're going to do trails. They're going to have a garden at one point. They're working on that also. They have right now, even though it just opened, they did have one building done already. It's been done for a couple years now. It's where they hold all of and I just blanked out of my mind, like the VFW, they do that there and they've been doing that there for a couple of years. So, one thing that they're really big on is they're wanting to be organic and allow kind of what the people need to be offered. So right now it's kind of testing things out and seeing what grabs people, what are people really looking for, but to have the availability to help anybody in any situation. If we can't personally, to be able to guide you with the right people who can, if that makes sense.
And is there a website? Yeah, that was
There
great.
is,
there-
I believe it's patriotshall.org. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone to make sure that's it. Or if anyone else is right next to their,
Yeah.
if that's
Oh yeah,
it.
you're right.
Okay, patriotshall.org.
Cool.
There's sign up stuff there to get involved or to learn more about it. One thing we are
So they
looking.
have 10 acres. Wow.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful property. And one of the big things also was they wanted it to not feel hospital-like or sterile. It really is like, it feels like a big cabin home when you walk in. It's very welcoming, very soft. very kind, and they want to keep that feel. You know, they don't want people to walk in and kind of like go back. They want people to walk in and want to go in further and see what's there. Yeah, it'll
Rosemary,
be amazing. Yes.
who is they?
The kind of the woman whose vision this is, her name is Catherine Chandler. Her father was a vet, and he recently, a few years back, passed away in California. He found a wonderful facility through them, because he like most, I feel, especially older veterans, they have it's hard to find friends, it's hard to find connections, and he was in the need of needing to be taken care of, so he had to go somewhere for that.
Park on the grass. We can get more cars back there.
Sorry.
No worries. And so they found this wonderful place that he just embraced. She was so shocked by that, because he wasn't that kind of a man to be open to that kind of a thing. And she just fell in love with the facility and how they are and what they offer. And she just like, I want to do something like that. And they live here in Dripping Springs. And so for years she's kind of the face and the name and the, you know, pulling for donations. And I mean, they've raised an insane amount of money to build this, and to keep it rolling. And then she has, you know, a group of board members under her that, because she doesn't want it to be like my place, right? She's very so kind and generous with that. This is everyone's place and everyone's working hard for it. So she has a group of, I believe they're almost all vets. I think there might be one spouse, but I believe they're all vets that are on the board, kind of figuring out what the people need of the area and what they would like. Did that answer the question?
It absolutely
No,
did.
yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
good.
Good. And then I don't know, I was just talking with April right in the beginning. I don't know if you guys, I'm assuming so, I don't know, because like I said, I'm new here to everything. I had never heard of it before, but AvaFest is coming up next month. I believe it's October 11th to November 11th. It's a big kind of showcase, putting everything out there for everyone, but it has to do with the vets and it has to do with suicide prevention awareness, and artists, and it's all different. There's dancing, there's poets, there's comedy, there's actual art shows, all different kinds of stuff all around Austin, which is amazing to me and so wonderful. We have hooked up with Greg, and it's very late to be jumping into the game, but we're really like 98% considering planning an event also for that. So that'll be a way to showcase our place, or I shouldn't say our place, but she makes us feel like it's our place, for showcasing Patriots Hall, but also to showcase the art that is of veterans of the area. So we're very excited about that. So keep your ears out.
They had any kind of like grand opening or anything like that? Or
We
is that
had
coming?
last weekend we had the kind of the grand opening. It was a full house. It was quite wonderful. We actually had to cut off the registration because we were at max capacity for what the property can hold. But it was wonderful. Lots of families. It was great. Lots of smiling faces. Everyone kind of got to see the space, kind of see what things we're offering and how they can utilize it. And then like I was on the side with the kids doing a little art project that we were, you know, just kind of getting the kids involved. And then we're going to showcase their art that they created for, you know, in the next soon future. So yeah, it'll be fun. And then I'll definitely let you guys know what other opening events, whatever, you know, because I'm sure this won't be the last one. I'm sure we'll have other things popping up, but I'll definitely let you guys know what's going on.
Sounds good.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
for
you.
listening. Oh, there's Joanna.
Going
Oh,
there.
There's
good.
my friend. I don't know if you heard any of that. I tried giving the spiel the best I could.
I'm sure you did wonderfully. In the future, I have a problem where I get like in the zone. So
even though I've like reviewed my calendar a million times, if I'm like really dialed in, I'll look up and then I'm like, how is it 10:50? So I apologize for not joining the call earlier. How are you ladies doing?
Good, doing good. Yeah, I was just looking at the website and the building phase plans. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it turned out beautifully. It really exceeded my expectations on a lot of fronts. So it's a great place to spend time for sure.
They were asking if we had any other, like a grand opening. I said we just had one, but I wasn't sure if there was anything else specific going on
Yeah,
to.
so I would say that actually the 4th, our open house was our open house. The
Mhm.
4th was just our soft opening. We have a ribbon cutting in September on the 3rd, I want to say. And they'll probably put out information on that here soon. I can get the details, but I want to say it's September 3rd,
October?
October 3rd. I'm
Okay.
so sorry. October 3rd at 10:30 a.m. 10:30 to 12. Yeah, October.
I'm assuming that'll get posted at some point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's on the website and our calendar.
Okay.
I hope, but
We can definitely help you with getting the word out.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's
Yeah,
what this is for.
Rosemary and I have been talking about putting something in our newsletter that we put out once a month. So definitely for our October newsletter, we'll get something in there about it.
super. That'd be great.
Direct people that way.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Does it come out like the first of the month, or would it be like, I'm just
Yeah,
trying to think
like
if we,
either the last week of
Okay.
September or first week of October.
Okay.
kinda, just when I
so we can
get it
talk
out,
about the
like,
ribbon
right around
cutting
there.
for that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. She was showing us too, Joanna, if that they've been working on creating paper, and it's, if you can show her, they actually make it from like the uniforms, like old uniforms and old, isn't that
Have
crazy?
you all heard of Project Raya?
Mm-mm.
And okay, I need you to do some homework.
Project, how do you spell Raya?
Well, if you go to commandpurpose.org, it is advertised on their website, but it's actually a Texas artist. I don't know where exactly she is in Texas, but she worked with women veterans who in their service worked with female Afghans as part of reconstruction teams. So females would join these more elite units that were going into the heart of different towns and villages to understand what was going on, and females could not be spoken to by males, so they used female soldiers to communicate with these Afghan women, and they built relationships over time. And post withdrawal of our service members, a few of them kept in touch, and they did an art project together using clothing from Afghan women's clothing and uniforms from the female reconstruction team. And then after they made the paper, they like shaped it in different ways and like created other images with it. If I can find the link, I will share it. But when I saw it and when you said uniforms, it immediately made me think of that. And they had a big event in New York City showcasing her work, and then they did this like online auction thing. So yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on their website right now, and that's Jen Hassan, who we know.
Yes.
She did some projects with, Jen, right, Denise?
Oh, yes.
You remember? Yeah,
That's
so she did
wonderful.
some projects with us in the past too. And yeah, this
Yep,
is
she had that
cool. I
piece
didn't
of-
realize she was doing this.
she had that piece that was in the Pentagon for
Wow.
a while.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
April, do you guys have
Yeah,
anything that you're doing with the paper that y'all created? Did everyone
right
take it
now, everybody's
home or do you
making-
have a bunch left over?
They're gonna be taking it
It's
home. It's all
still-
week,
Yeah,
so
okay.
we'll be making paper through Saturday. And then we'll have a small reception. I'll send out the information on the reception for that if anybody's in the Austin area and wants to come Saturday from 6 to 8. And then yeah, everybody's gonna take their paper home and do what they want, what they've got projects in mind. One woman's gonna print the letters from her family that wrote her when she was in the service. She's gonna print them on her papers, and which are made out of her military uniform, and then she's gonna make a book out of it.
That'll be awesome. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very neat.
I'm sorry again for being late. Was there anything that you all discussed reference the ABA Fest and perhaps partnering on that?
We kind of touched
Yeah,
base on, I told her we were 98% positive that this was something we were gonna do.
Like I did inform the board that it was happening. uh, Without really whole like, may we? So I think you just kind of need to, there's always reasons not to do something and there's work involved in making it happen. One thing that the board first said was, hey, are they using our space? And they being AVA Fest, not Art Spark. Are they just using our space and they're running the event, or are we hosting? And I said I responded very sort of non-committally that it's whatever we make it sort of deal, and I think for the most part, yes, we are running it, but I didn't want to say that and then get everyone turned off.
Mhm.
And so I think if, we have some lessons learned perhaps from Glenn and just sort of like basic steps of what bare minimums that have to happen in order to execute. And we can demonstrate that we can cover it, which I'm certain that we can, then it's good to go. And I did, also, Rosemary, I updated the date as well, and I haven't gotten any pushback yet or up late, so I think it's good.
Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I think with Ava Fest that because it's so widespread all across the community, that they
Yeah.
do hope that the people that they partner with will do as much as they can to kind of host their own thing, and then it goes up as part of Ava Fest on their website. We do our own veteran exhibit that we've been doing for 15 years in that same kind of time frame in October, November. So sometimes it has been part of Ava Fest and sometimes it hasn't. This year it's not. So, but let me see if I can share my screen here. I've got the postcard pretty much ready for it. Oh, what's this doing? Here's the front of the postcard. This is some of the pieces that are going to be in the exhibit. And let's see if I put that to. And then here's the back. So we're going to be in 3 different locations. We have the Dougherty Art Center, which is in downtown Austin. Which I was going to say South Austin, but that's downtown these days. You guys are South Austin. It's Barton Springs and Lamar area, and so that is going to be up starting October 12th, and the reception November 6th. And then at the Carver Branch Library, which is a block from us here in East Austin, we're going to have some masks on exhibit that Denise is working with a class, and she can tell us more about that class that she's working with to get some masks for that exhibit. And then we're going to have some of the art at the Laura Bush Community Library, which is off of BK's Road. And that one is reception on November 10th. So we've kind of got our own full schedule of exhibits.
Yeah.
That's
As-
wonderful.
As
Yeah,
an
so it's a-
artist, I am, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Denise.
I was going to say, on a personal note, as an artist, I was involved with uh, an exhibit in Ava Fest last year and a couple other years past. And the last year one was in Temple in their Cultural Activity Center, and that was really very, very nice. And but also this year, as part of the something trauma, it's some like trauma exhibit or something they're having at the college, Austin Community College. So on a personal level, I'm involved with that too. But um, yeah, I definitely know that we can give you help with your advertisement, with your calls for art. Also, April is super good at curating shows and everything. I know she doesn't have time to be really involved, but I know that she can give you advice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she can tell me from there. But yeah, she has just a wealth of knowledge of the types of things that are involved for creating a show and things like that. I'm
Yeah,
learning from her. I'm learning
absolutely.
from
Thank
her.
you. Yeah, because I
Uh,
do have questions about like best way, like how you guys go about like hanging everything and showcasing everything. So that's
Yeah.
something I can talk to you about, April. And then Denise, I'm
Oh,
so
yeah.
curious when it comes to the masks, is this
Yes.
something like if I try to do like I assume it has to be like a string of classes, right? Because I assume maybe the first one is like the creation of the actual mask. Like, is it paper mache
Yes.
kind of thing you do?
So
And you have to let it
we
dry, and then
we
it's
have found, yeah, we have found geez, worldwide that people really, really respond to creating masks.
Mhm.
And so I thought that it would be a nice addition to my classes. I just this year started teaching classes at the Soldier Recovery Unit on Brooke Army Medical Center, Fort Sam Houston in San Antonio. And so that was one of the things that I wanted to do. And so I will actually, in that class, I'll have the soldiers. It's a voluntary thing for them. So I will have some that will be doing it, but there are caregivers and some are veterans and some are not, but they are caregivers to our veterans. And then some of the instructors who have asked that they be included, and they are current, active duty, just like the soldiers are in the Soldier Recovery Unit. So yeah, I'm real excited about that. But yeah, it's a series of 3 classes. And instead of making them from scratch, I got from Amazon, I got paper mache masks, basically.
Mm.
And yeah, and what do you call it? The Soldier Recovery Unit and a couple of folks that are organizations that they've gotten some funding from. I just gave them a supply list and they bought everything. And yeah, I do the introductory class and I got them going on the stuff. And then we've got 2 more classes to go. And that's when they're going to embellish and create it and make it their own. But these are 2-hour classes, so they have, adequate time. But of course, you're right. This takes drying time and planning time because I don't want them to just start slapping stuff on there. And, I want them to think about what they're doing.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this exhibit that we're going to have at the Carver. So
Mhm. That's great. Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Denise, I'm gonna share the flyer about our Artist Way group. If you want to talk about it, just because it's getting loud in
okay.
here, and you do the talk, and I'll share the flyer.
Okay. Fine. Let me get my book. Okay. Are you sharing? Are you going to share or are you still having trouble?
I can do it. I lost it. I have so many things on my computer. I can't find. I lost you all.
She lost us. Okay, so
Here you
the
are.
artists we've been having for, oh my gosh, 2 years now. We've been having a female only veteran strong group as part of this network. And we only let women come to this one so that they feel they can open up and get a community thing. And Betsy has been to a couple of them, and we missed her yesterday, but it was a really good meeting. We started trying something else just to see, and we've trying some different dates because I'm sure, you know from experience that some days and times work better than others, and you get some responses for certain times, and other ones nobody shows up because they're not going to come to that time. So we were having it every right after this meeting, actually, an hour after this meeting, because we figured, okay, we've already got you and we're reminding you. But we decided to try second Wednesdays from 12 to 1 and also second Saturdays from 8 to 9. So we have our first one this Saturday from 8 to 9. And what we're trying to do is there's this book that called The Artist's Way, A Spiritual Path to Higher Creativity. And it's by Julia Cameron, as you can see. And they had the opportunity to get these to buy them themselves. It's available on Amazon, but there's also, from what I understand, tons of them available in secondhand bookstops and everything. You can get it really cheap. And plus, they're at the library. And we want the folks, usually you do one chapter a week, but we are having them do one chapter every month, or we might move to every other week so that it goes, if people are very, very interested. But what the whole thing is about is to get rid of all the negative thoughts and all the things that are keeping you from creating. And we all know that creating, whether it be poetry or dance or visual arts, is absolutely essential to healing mentally and physically. So we are very interested in providing all kinds of different ways in order to help people heal. And so we'll be going through a chapter, and we just had the first one yesterday. We're going to be going through a chapter every month. And the first one is basically all about starting to understand where your negative thoughts come from and what the barriers to your creativity are. And lots of times folks have never thought of it in the way that this book describes. So it's kind of cool. But anyway, at the end, we're hoping that people feel like they're a little unblocked. Yesterday, we had an individual who she's having some issues since she got out of the military, and she can't even go outside of her house sometimes. And she's been having a real problem joining in groups. And this was her opportunity to join into a group. And she really, really enjoyed it. And that's kind of like the whole reason that April and I are doing what we're doing, is because we want to help folks in all kinds of different ways. And, somebody's key to opening them up is different than somebody else's key to opening them up. And so we can't stop at, hey, let's offer these type of classes, because you're not going to get everybody with those types of classes. So it's a journey. Yeah. April, did you want to add anything else?
There we go. That was great. Thanks, Denise. Yeah, we
You're
started
welcome.
yesterday with the Wednesday class. There'll be another, starting with week 1 of the book. We'll be starting again on Saturday for 8 to 9 a.m. Try to get an early morning class. And then, the next month it'll be the second Wednesday and second Saturday. If we find people aren't coming to one or the other, then we'll just narrow it down to one of those choices. But so far, the Wednesday one, we've got a couple people coming, and hopefully Saturday as well. You're muted, Rosemary.
Thank you. I was gonna say, I think that's such a great idea to throw a book in there and see. I think that I would do that. I think that's really neat. You're kind of getting a combo of benefits from it all. It's good. Smart.
You're invited for Saturday morning. Hope to see you.
Well, I'm not a veteran. I'm a
Are you-
spouse, but I'm not a
Yeah,
veteran.
I was just gonna ask, are you open to, I am a veteran, but I think opening to female veteran spouses would also would be great, because they endure a lot of trauma in different ways.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
we'd definitely be open to that. We hadn't marketed it that way, but
Yes.
for sure. I think
we were open to giving care to caregivers and spouses, and active duty, of course, also including veterans. So
Wonderful. Thank you.
I just bought the book on Amazon.
oh, good.
Yeah, it's a great book, and it's been around for 30 years, and is still useful.
Yeah.
You know, everything in it is so up to date even.
Yes,
I guess
I have the
Patriot
30th
does it
edition
great.
too. So,
Yeah.
but April has actually gone through the program and done it. So, you know, she's a hands-on, I know what it was like kind of pillar there. So that's nice because I haven't actually gone through the whole thing, you know. So I'm going on this journey with everybody else. And I did do my writing this morning, April.
I thought about doing my writing this morning, but I did not.
And it was crap.
There you go,
But
first
that's
step.
besides the
Thought
point.
about it.
I did see that there was some sort of journal, but I sometimes am guilty of getting the journal and getting the thing and then never using it. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to get the book this time. I've got
Yeah.
50 blank journals that I could probably use with with the
Exactly.
Okay. So I don't have to have the complimentary journal. Okay.
No, I think that's just an extra way to spend more money.
Sure. Yeah, I know. And usually I
Yeah,
totally
you've got plenty of blank journals. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Does anybody else have anything else they want to bring up? Betsy, do you have anything? Or Dalen, if you put anything in chat, we can read it out.
One in our park.
No, I was just thinking that the person who does my job, community outreach for suicide prevention in Austin, I will share with that person. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, about Patriots Hall, and so they know if they don't already about
Perfect.
that. And I know I can't remember because now there's a few different ones that there are some coffee gatherings for female veterans or the significant other. In this case, I really mean it's a group of women who get together whose spouse or significant other was in the military. And this might also be something that they would want to know about so they could come and participate in your offerings. I'd have to find out where that might be in the larger Austin area.
That's great. Thank you.
Get the word out. The other, but I feel like it's the go-to for so many people, first responders and military. If you have a Black Rifle Coffee, part of that chain, or if there's another, I'm sure there's other, popular veteran small business owners or larger business owners who would want to advertise for you.
Very good thinking. Writing my notes
Yeah.
here.
I'm
So
sorry.
some of the other things we have. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No.
You
I
were
was just
saying
gonna
that?
say that I was sorry that I missed introductions too. I
Oh.
just did, and maybe Rosemary introduced me in my absence, but I really appreciate her reaching out to you all and fostering this opportunity, however it manifests. And so I just wanted to say hi. I'm Joanna. I just got out of the Army, and I'm working at a veteran, actually small startup as my paying job, but then I am also volunteering at Patriots Hall. And I'm an Army brat and then 20 years in the Army. So figuring out who I am outside of the military institution is definitely going to be a journey for me. And there is this like piece of untapped creativity inside of me that I have like had to put in a box for a long time. And so I'm looking forward to opening the box and doing so in a, with some support. It sounds wonderful. So I'm glad you all exist. I appreciate your time today. And yeah, if I could just get a quick, I again apologize if you've already gone through this, but 30 seconds or however long about your stories, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'll go first since it's kind of quiet right here for a second. April Sullivan, Art Spark, Texas, and we're an arts organization based in Austin, but serving the state as much as possible. So we have been working with veterans since 2009. and art exhibit. We have an annual art exhibit. We have classes like the paper making going on outside right now, and we partner with different organizations and other places to try to spread out. So like we're doing a watercolor painting class in Paladuro Canyon with Maria, who runs Creative Vets down there. She's been coming to these meetings, and that's how we met and got connected. And, let's see, what else do we have? We have some virtual, we have a virtual writing class we're going to be doing in February. We've got a virtual women's group, a women's event. It's an all-day Saturday thing that we were planning for October. We're moving it off to spring just to give us more time to get it going. And yeah, things like that. We've been just trying to support veterans in the arts. We do some work with the VA locally, and are doing a clay class with a group from the VA coming here starting next Friday. So.
Awesome.
Denise, do you want to go?
Oh, sorry. Sorry that you can't see me. Yes, I'm Denise Knable. I'm a retired Air Force, over 23 years, and I started working with Art Spark in 2009 after their first Distinguished Art Veterans exhibit. That was awesome. I saw it advertised in the San Antonio News, and I retired in San Antonio, and now I live out amongst the cows. Yeah, we got some property, and we're just loving having quiet life out here. But I say that kind of tongue in cheek because I am not retired. And yeah, so I work for Art Spark, their veteran programming, and I also work. I also volunteer for the VFW. I'm their Veteran Services Officer for Caldwell County VFW, and I'm also a vice president for another nonprofit, and I've just got all kinds of things going on. Plus, I am a visual artist, and so I also produce art and have a bunch of irons in the fire on that. Let's see, what else? Did I forget anything? No. Oh, and as I said, I started the program at the Soldier Recovery Unit. I also teach at the VA, Austin VA sometimes, and a whole bunch of other, wherever they need the classes. I'll be doing one of the clay classes coming up. So I pretty much teach everything that they need. And I teach classes at the VFW too, free classes at my Caldwell County VFW painting classes.
Awesome.
That's it.
Nice to meet you both.
Betsy.
I was like, wait, is it my turn? Hello, I'm a social worker at the VA, and I am based in Dallas. I work at the Dallas VA, but I cover several counties west. So Tarrant, Palo Pinto, what else do I have? Ellis County. And I look to make any sort of community connections and focus on some of the risk factors related to what lead to suicide. Homelessness, financial insecurity, it could be mental health, it can be a variety of different things. So chronic health and chronic pain. And we try and find ways we can intersect. And it's not driven by the VA. These connections are supposed to be driven by the organization itself. I just sort of show up at the table, see if I can help out in some way. And I mean, I'll show up to events. I bring all of the VA materials I have about suicide prevention. This is a particularly busy month because it's nationally Suicide Prevention Month, and the VA has a big focus on it. So I'm out a lot, and then it'll slow down a bit as this year winds down. And that's what I do. And there's now about 206 of us around the US doing this for the VA, different VAs. And I do have a counterpart in Austin. So that's why I was going to connect them with Patriots.
Awesome. And I just put in the chat,
Okay. Oh, Hayes County. Okay.
House Cannon. Yep. Awesome.
And Dalen has
Okay,
had
and
audio issues, but said in the chat
Yeah.
earlier that he's an Army veteran in McAllen, Texas, and doing outreach, he's an outreach
Mhm.
specialist there, and also is a painter. So
Awesome.
so, yep. Do you have any upcoming events that you need us to speak about, but you don't know about? You've got one that might be coming. You might need help with that. And Betsy, you're going to be sharing information. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that um there's so much that we don't know yet, and we are in learning mode, but the spirit and the idea of the hall is to provide space for veterans and their families to connect, grow, thrive, and that includes nonprofits like ArtSpark. If you all wanted to host an event there or do something, you know, that you all needed space for, or whatever, that our mission is also to be a hub for the success of other nonprofits that serve veterans and their families. So I'm sure Rosemary covered a lot of that, but and I don't want to duplicate anything, just reinforce that we don't know exactly what we're doing, other than we have this beautiful, beautiful space and a lot of potential. And you know, one thing that we want to help is bridge the generational gap between our local VFW and service members of the more recent wars. There is a VFW that's actually on the Patriots Hall property. And there's already a little bit of tension between our missions and how we all not bad, but it's just we got to figure it out, right? And who's doing what for whom, and that is, I think, a challenge because of the sort of stereotype of VFWs and being places where you drink beer and smoke and you know just tell stories about the war, and it's not appealing to a lot of younger folks, and so we're trying to figure out how to
Yes.
create opportunities that bring people together, especially with the family component. So yeah, just I would say consider us a resource as well. It would be awesome if you all could take a trip out to the hall at some point, see the space,
Absolutely.
um,
Yes.
see what might be possible, and we'll certainly, you know, advertise your efforts as well. So anyway, sorry if I'm repeating things that Rosemary
Do we
shared.
have do we have your email addresses and everything so that we can correspond with you too? So if you can add them in the chat, that would be great. Uh-huh. And I understand about the VFW thing that you're saying because I was not a member of the VFW. I've been retired almost 20 years and I haven't ever been a member of the VFW. I made that outreach to the DAV and to the VFW to help ArtSpark,
Yeah,
to try to find more avenues to help.
yeah,
And it was not easy for me to go in there. I didn't, you know, because it does have that old you know, the what is it yeah, I can't think of the word I'm trying to say, but you know, you don't feel like you necessarily belong. You feel like, you know, people from the Vietnam War and everything like that, they're the ones in there, the guys, and do you feel like you're welcome and the whole 9 yards. And so yeah, I totally get that. And there a lot of the older folks would have the mentality that they're going to have it their way. And so I understand what you must be going through there.
yeah,
But now I will say, now that I have made that broach, you know, I've made that jump over into dealing with them and stuff, we're doing some good things. So I'm glad that you have that opportunity to try to bridge that gap, because I would say culturally you are absolutely correct. There is a big difference between the veterans now and the veterans of the past. I consider myself a veteran of the past, not past. So, yeah,
I,
I understand what you must be going through.
I
Applause.
want to just jump in as, and I say this as a non-veteran, and I've only been to two VFWs, okay? But there is this, as a saying, if you've seen one VA, you've seen one VA. There can be a range of, which people in the VA don't like to hear because they'd rather have a high quality of healthcare and customer experience across the board. But the truth is it can really vary. And for the VFWs I visited, I'm going to be at one in Benbrook on Sunday for an annual 5K suicide prevention walk that they're doing. And this is a family-friendly event. And part of me wonders, and the other VFW I saw was in Forney, and I saw photos they did for Christmas, and they do toy drives, they do various, they'll do various things. I honestly think the VFW is different depending on the time of day. If it's after work, they're going to have a happy hour crowd kind of thing, or maybe someone playing pool on a Saturday night. And then other times they'll have a barbecue for families, or there's something else going on. And it's not necessarily drinking focused, because I do know when I used to have a different job in the VA, I'd speak to spouses who'd say, he's lonely, and he, meaning the veteran, would love to be able to spend time with people. But if he goes to the local VFW, he's going to get drunk. So, but that was a gathering space. And I think that maybe they are shifting. I did see younger people, and there certainly are younger people in Benbrook, and they have an outdoor barbecue area, and they're I want to say like a military connected, by that I also mean family members hub. For people who want that third space outlet, that something that's not home and work, to just relax.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They have to jump over that gap though, and that's where they are, is because they need more membership, and they need to get rid of that old toxic thing that everybody sees them as, in meaning the drinking and everything. And and I think they are coming to realize, because yes, we do have a lot of family friendly events and everything like that, but it's a journey to try to get them to get out of that mindset and the vision of what people see it as. They don't even want to come in sometimes because they see it as a dirty old bar, and it's really not have to be that way. And in a lot of the VFWs, like that one that we went to do the photography, right, April? That was a beautiful, new, clean, and it did not have that atmosphere at all. So yes, it is slowly coming to realization that they can't keep. They're a good venue to do things, and they can't keep that old reputation they had. It's just getting folks in there to even get in the door to try it. So So I hope that you can do that. You've got that whole thing there with the Patriot Hall. I think that's kind of a really unique opportunity for you guys. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to go, April. We're going to have to do a road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to go. It's not that far to Dripping Springs.
Lots of things to check out while you're here too.
Yeah.
Can make a whole day of it.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Lori, you just joined us, but we're actually wrapping up our meeting. If you want to say hello.
Lori?
You guys did
There, Lori?
too on another call, so I was just curious. And yeah, sorry.
Well, hello,
Well,
Lori.
Thanks for what you guys do. It's I'm a VA employee and veteran myself.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next month, or if not earlier, if you can come to one of our women veteran artist way groups.
Okay. Saturday morning, 8 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good
so much.
rest of your week.
Bye. You too.
Bye.
Bye.